Okay, Dr. Ali. Dr. Ali Baba, you have the stage. You can continue. Dr. Ali Baba.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Please go ahead so that we can
Okay.
round up.
Okay. Thank you so much. I have waited for long.
Okay, sorry.
Let me
Sorry
quickly
about that.
talk about the power sector you mentioned. Actually, one of the sustainable power supply in the whole world is the power being produced by coal that you mentioned. If you look at coal, coal is the most sustainable power supply. If you look at the giant economies or world economies, China is the largest world consumer of coal, followed by India. And these two economies, we know they are the like top ranking economy currently in the whole world. So as you said, issue of renewable energy is not something that can be sustainable within short period of time. Even on the global stage, it consumes a lot of billions of dollars to be generated. So Nigeria, we have abundance of coal. It's the natural resources that we have. One of the natural resources we have. If we can shift our focus down to like coal electricity production, I think we will reduce almost let me say 65 to 70% issue of electricity in this country, and which will make industrialization more stable. Going back to the next question of carbon emission. I remember in 1997, there is an agreement called Kyoto Protocol of the whole world. They agreed to produce a certain amount of carbon emission. But in that agreement, I think the United States stand vetoed. I think United States and one of another country, I can't remember the country. They stand vetoed. They refuse to sign the agreement. But the agreement goes like a country, there is a certain number of carbon emission that each and every country must produce. The agreement was revived back then in 2015, which is called Paris Agreement. The carbon emission that is being produced is high to such to the extent that it affects the greenhouse carbon emission and so on and so forth. So they agreed on that Paris Agreement, a certain number of carbon emission each and every country will produce. So back to the question of Christiana or thereabout. So coming back to my question of how to use industrialization to solve the problem of unemployment, poverty, and insecurity. Yes, insecurity is something that is rattling the whole economy. Not only the northeast, the northwest. If you look at even the northeast, the southeast to some extent, they are having their own sort of insecurity. Look at the south, the southwest. They are now being introduced to insecurity, which premier God stops it there. Uh, Actually, in northeast, as I aforementioned, we are the largest producers of cattle. We produce cattle 1.8 million to 4.3 million cattle heads in a year. So with that production, if we can have a number of agro-processed industries, in cattle alone, we have almost three products. We have skin, animal skin, extracted from cows, cattle. We have dairy products, milk, and we have meat, which is beef. Is called. These three products, if we have industries that can dwell or that can utilize this opportunity, they will absorb almost 500 plus employment to youth in that particular region. Imagine a
Hello, hello, hello,
500,000 youth.
hello, Dr. Ali Baba.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, let me add one observation to you. It's not just
Okay.
three products you have from cattle rearings.
Cattle.
The bones are used for the production of ceramic plates.
Exactly. And chalks and so on and
Good,
so forth.
good.
Thank you
Then
so
the
much.
then the sorry the waste products like
The cow
the
dung. is being
Cow
used
dung
as a fertilizer.
for organic
Thank you.
fertilizer. So there are more than 5 raw materials from cattle rearing.
Thank you so much. So look at these 5 materials. If we can have industries that can be able to produce these 5 different materials, and each industry will absorb more than 500 employment, more than 500 youths. Tell me, what will happen to the economy, not even on regional level? If 500 youths are being employed in every year, this issue of insecurity, I believe, would reduce to its lowest level. Income inequality will reduce to its lower level. Poverty rate will reduce to its lowest level. I think so. And if you look at the how it breaks down, the poverty cycle, the raw commodity harvest, like if we have, going back to agriculture, sorry, if we go back to agriculture, if we can harvest more raw materials in large scale or large quantity, that will lead to oversupply of raw materials or oversupply of agri product, which is known as agri glut to some extent, or that will push down the high prices that we're experiencing right now, and that will make the local agri-industrial industries to take off in that particular region, making it guarantee to buy this product. So this product will not be stagnant to the farmers, will not be a kind of like a burden to the farmers. That will also lead to value added processing, that industries will add value to these agri products, and that will lead to higher income repatriated to local chains. You see how it's followed down to the lowest chain, and that will boost the economy of that particular region. Not only that, that will boost the economy of the country at national level. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Ali Baba. Ifeanyi Chukwu Christian, I think you have the floor now, if you are still online.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Audu, for this opportunity once again.
My pleasure, please.
So, permit me to chip in something like a contribution to the question that was earlier asked by one Chikelu. So,
Okay.
before I
Good.
give the main question, first is that I'm very impressed with your response to that question because you spoke my mind.
Okay.
So before you talk about which sector to go, what can you do? If I want to employ you, what do you know how to do? How do I come in? So that's the first question you need to ask. The thing is that you notice that even as we have unemployment in Nigeria, there are some people that have been given jobs that don't even know what to do with them. So it starts from school. Someone was posted to our office lately, and the person studied computer science, and I was navigating Microsoft Word for the person, and it's crazy. Like,
Yes.
you don't know Microsoft Word, and you're a computer science graduate. So how do you even do it? Because our institution, there's corruption. Somebody will keep giving grades. It starts from school. Giving grades that you cannot defend, and then you see someone with a certificate that he doesn't even know what to do with. So that is it. First of all, what can you do? And then if you're an entrepreneur, what opportunities have you spotted? Then you can now, at least someone can help you from there. If you're an engineer or stuff like that, you can always develop your area because you will do more when you're passionate about something. That's what it is. So that's it on it. And the other part is that for the industrialization part is about it still boils down on corruption, and I don't want to dwell much on it, but again is that if these things, people are corrupt from school, giving grades that do not work, and then youths are not even employable and stuff like that, industrialization will not even happen even if you give them the jobs. So but let's leave it at that. Coming to the question on how industrialization in the southeastern region can help solve unemployment and stuff like that. um Given that the southeast is a business hub, the least the government could do is to help those businesses. Every average child on the street, if you put a business in his hand, that business will grow. So the least you could do is to help them grow those businesses. link these businesses, these SMEs with micro finance institutions, provide funds so that these businesses can grow. I give a hypothetical example of the Igba boy system in Igbo, like it's like an apprenticeship system. I talked about it earlier. Now, you see a parent who's a child whose parents has no money to send them to school. They say, okay, as an alternative, let me take this boy to one big businessman doing well in the city or somewhere. And then he goes there, stays under the person, learns either the person's vocation or the person's business properly. And then after then, somehow you're settled, you started your own business. So the masses have their own role to play, the government have their own role to play. So by the time that person has started business, of course, you know that person has been employed. It has solved unemployment. So if that person is given adequate capital, because starting it is one thing, thriving is another thing. So if this business is grown, you see that the same person who underwent the apprenticeship system will have the capacity to bring in more people, so that if you're not in school, you are working somewhere, like you are in business. If you're not in school, you're in business. And then there will be no room for insecurity, because as everyone here have earlier spotted, and we have agreed that part of the problem of part of the reasons for insecurity is joblessness, because you cannot keep an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So let me not overflog that. But my point is that if these businesses grow, the economy will grow. And you even notice that sometimes people that have graduated from school, because there are no jobs in the economy, because those businesses are there, somehow they fix themselves in the society in those businesses. But now they're not doing it like illiterates or in an informal way. You see that they're doing those businesses like people that have gone to school. So we know that the strength we have in that area is business. So if these businesses are moved to the next level, of course, we know that it will contribute to GDP in the country. Almost everybody will be employed. You're fixing yourself somewhere. You're doing business, or you're going to school, or somehow you are engaged in something. So, and contributing to the GDP of the economy will also mean development of national economy. So that's how I think this development of this sector can actually contribute to all of the indices we've spoken about. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Christiana. Let me say something from the North Central, or as well for every region, or like a summary of what every one of you has already said. You see, industrialization creates a value chain from the extraction of the raw materials to issue of logistic transportation to where it will be converted to the finished product, from the warehouse where it's produced to storage, from the factory where it's produced to storage, if it's the storage facility, from storage to transport to market, from market to the consumer. When you look at this value chain, the moment you industrialize any sector, each of these value chain is a source of employment and a source of income. And that will reduce what? Poverty. And that will keep people engaged in such a way that they will not have any reason to get involved in any illegal activities. Though humans still being human can still also go rogue even in abundance, but the rate will be very, very low. So that is what I can say about that. And I really appreciate the rich, resourceful contribution you guys have made. Now, let's go to the last question, because we've extended the time long, and I never planned for this, but because of the kind of knowledge we are sharing, we just have to expand this. So we have our last question. After the last question, then I can now announce the outcome of our TED-R micro grants, micro scale grant competition. And like one thing you said again, Mrs. Christiana, you said, what if you are talking about business, you need to start before people support you. That is one of my major problems with regards to the TED micro scale grant. I discovered that most of the applicants have not started. They are still in the theoretical aspect. And I'm a kind of person that I find it very difficult now to support person with regards to consumption. To give you money to eat, I find it very difficult to do that. I want to give you money so that you can produce, become independent in such a way that you can consume more without asking me. You understand? So when these people, I discovered that they are not actually, they've not started the business. I've not seen any commitment, any effort from them. So it's somehow not good. Anything you want people to support you, make the first move. Start it. Put the effort. When people see that commitment in you, they'll be able to support. Like the people you see in this particular program talking, the experts you see, they've seen the commitment I've put into this thing before they are able to spare their scarce time, because time is the most scarce resources to be here. If they don't see the commitment, the effort, and whatsoever, who will leave whatever he's doing to come and say that he wants to be part of what you're doing? So we need to take that very serious. So the last question is for the experts. Sorry, David, I saw your hand raised up. We don't have too much time. Again, let the expert talk about the last question. Then I'll announce the microgrant scale. Then if there's any space left, then you can now make contribution. Now, for the expert, what areas and how could you be of a technical assistance to your regional commission? Because in Nigeria now, every region has a regional development commission. In which areas on how can you be of a technical assistance to your regional developmental commission? Thank you. Whoever is ready can go ahead. Please let it be brief. Dr. Fadil, are you there? Ali Baba, Dr. Ali Baba, are you there? Christiana, anybody that is ready?
Okay, can I start?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Okay, briefly, it's unfortunate that in the Nigerian economy, where we have economic policies, these policies are economists are absent in the policy making, which is an abnormal situation. So, talking about what we should do, how we can contribute, might not be very practicable because we can have these ideas, but we're not given the opportunity to step in. So that is the one part of it. But on our own, as people that want the region to move forward, there are things that we can actually do to better the situation. Things like maybe financial literacy programs for people on how to, because you cannot keep sitting and waiting for government to provide everything. When it's not being provided, you have to find a way. And then this will include funding options, just like we have the TEDAR grants now that have taken it upon themselves to provide funding opportunities. You don't just give this money to them, but to tell them how to manage these funds so that you can multiply this fund, how to do strict budgeting so that this money can be very useful. And just like you said, so that you can consume without asking for more.
Hmm.
So when you're able to do this financial management, you're able to do it because you have the financial literacy to handle. Because there's some people you keep giving money, you keep giving them, it's endless. They can never do anything with it. So that's one aspect of it we can do on our own, since sometimes we cannot reach out to the government. Another thing again we can do is, if we are in position to link up financial institutions with some businesses, we can also go through that way. And then basically, like I said, these things are intertwined. When you do mentorship programs for people, just like you're doing now, it's also a way of helping the region to grow with respect to the system. So I will not be talking about what we can do with government, because government needs to hear you before you say anything. Talking about access to good roads. Okay, let's improve electricity. They need to know that there is a Christiana existing to say those things before those things can happen. So I'm just talking about the personal efforts that we can make to make sure that this region grows. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Dr. Ali Baba, what do you have to
Yes, sir.
say? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you so much. I think I will go with two or three things. First of all, I will invest so much in the youth. That's capacity building, right? I will make sure that these youths are trained, educated, having industrial skills, equipment maintenance, and so on and so forth. All quality standard. I'll make sure that is in the youth. Second of all, I will also teach them the consequences of not utilizing what I give them, because our people have one kind of mentality: this is government property, or this is given to me just like this. I will just use it the way I want it. You understand? You end up being wasted. So I will make sure that the resources given to them, the knowledge, the capacity is being utilized. Second of all, I will make sure that they have access to credit. This is one of the major problems our youth are facing. When they are having access to credit, this will help them to acquire the funds they need to start their own businesses. And third of all, I will look at the industrial policy design. I think I will redesign the industrial policy that we have in this country, because actually it's outdated and it's not going with time. Thank you so much for taking much of your time.
Thank you very much. Dr. Fadila, are you with us? Okay, Dr. Fadila.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Did you?
My colleagues were hinging on, will I say, individual or youth technical advice.
Okay.
But first of all, my question is, if these youths are given the finances, or if they are, let's say, if they are coordinated and they know what to do, how do they apply it?
Okay.
So my own take is, even if they are innovative and they cannot industrialize, they will not be able to industrialize except if government come in. So, or the private partnership thing comes in. So it is a two-way thing. That is why I would advise my own state, my own regional government to work on reviving our 5 textile industries we had in the past. Northwest had textile industries in Kaduna, Funtua, and I think Kanu. We had them formerly, and these structures are still there in waste. You tend to see youths there vandalizing every single thing there. So if since the buildings are still there, the land is still there, why not we revive them? Okay. Then the power sector. No business can work without power, without energy.
Okay.
And this is the major cause of our problem of ease of doing business. Because even if you have the innovation, business is very, very difficult in Nigeria. Most of us have started a lot of businesses, but they have crumbled. It's either as a result of financing, you start something, but you don't have enough finances to continue with it, or the power sector, the power would frustrate you. Sometimes even the taxes, double tax, you tend to be taxed on the production. So these things have crumbled our economy and making the small business enterprises completely crumbled. Okay. So we have, like in one of the states in Northwest is Kebbi. Okay. There was this program after Buhari, when Buhari came into existence, this rice farmers thing. And I think Kebbi was made a hub for rice. Lagos State came to Kebbi. They would make Kebbi State's indigenes to farm, to produce the rice. The factory is there, but they cannot sell anything. Like, the factory is in Argungu, but you cannot sell even a grain of rice. They export it to Lagos, and Lagos repackage it. Why? Because we don't even know we can do it. We can repackage ourselves.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what we're.
Yes.
They have made us, okay, Lagos is the center. Like, everything happens there. Export happens there and everything. So, like, we are just there to produce the raw materials, and you will never see the rice that is being produced selling in Kebbi. It is taken to the southern part. Why? It is because, one, the human capital is not there. We don't even have the knowledge. Okay, how do we do it? How do we put innovation into what we produce? There is no power supply. As in, everything is there. God has blessed us with everything, but we are not using it. So that is where training and retraining comes in. So at intervals, if vocational trainings will be done, I think a lot of people, there will be like eyes will open. There will be an eye-opening, what do they call it, for the youths there. And they will dive into what comparative advantage that particular area has. Look at the gold production in Zamfara, part of Kebbi and Kaduna. Like, we don't even know it exists. Gold enough, mining gold enough and processing it will be able to take us a long way. But we don't even know what happens in those states. Like, gold is being mined, but how do they do it? How do they take it out? We don't even know. So questions should be looked into. And there's the issue of replicating the rice model that was done in Kebbi and Argungu. If that would be done for granite in Katsina, the rice too in Kano, and sesame seed in Jigawa. With these things, I believe it will take us a long way.
Okay.
Because the way I see it is Northwest, if transformed, can become a center of commerce and industry of Nigeria. Northwest alone can take Nigeria to a higher place. It can rebuild Nigeria. The revenue that will be gotten from Northwest can rebuild Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fadila.
Mr. Audu, sorry, I forget one point.
Okay,
actually, the tax policy, the current tax policy of this country is highly, highly discouraging. I think the government have to do something about these taxes. If these taxes continue in the next 2 to 3 years, no any company, no any multinational company will remain in this country. That's my point. That's my point.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, welcome. The truth of the matter now is issue of even foreign direct investment should be out of our drive now, because the insecure nature of the country cannot really encourage foreigners who know what they are doing to come and invest in Nigeria for now. You understand? Because a society where you cannot move freely on the road, you are not safe at home, you're not safe in the farm, you're not safe in the school, does not augur well for foreigners to come and invest. So that is one. Now we need to look inward. What can we do on our own? Yes, with regards to technical assistance to the Regional Development Commission, you see, it's quite unfortunate that most of the people employed there happens to be children and family of serving or former politicians who actually have never experienced the reality of this region and don't really understand the dynamics that that region are into in order to solve, because you need to live, experience something to really understand how to solve it. You understand? And not giving credibility, qualifications, the advantage to discharge responsibility in Nigeria is one of the factors bedeviling our struggle for growth and development. So this Regional Development Commission need to recruit. The government need to remove politics from it. Recruit people that have interest in this region. Give them a target. Don't recruit them for salary. Recruit them and give them target. You have to achieve this to get this. You have to achieve this. This era where you just go to work and get paid, we need to abolish that era. It should be based on performance and pay, output and pay, innovation and pay. We don't just pay you for going to office and coming back without any value creation. You understand? So Personally, in my own case, you can see that what I am doing is a way to also contribute to the technical assistance and see how we can improve that, because I have this belief that participants here, be it those who are among the audience or those who are among the experts, will one way or the other, if God permit, occupy sensitive position that they will be able to bring about a positive change in our society. That is my belief. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your patience and your participation. Please allow me to announce.
Okay,
Allow me.
excuse.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, and another thing is that in Northwest, we lack these free trade zones and special economic zones,
Okay.
where these are zones that are closer to, like close to where production takes place, where there will be free, like there will be a low tax or encouragement on those productions.
Okay.
And in Northwest, we only have 2 economic zones, if I'm not mistaken, neglecting other in 2 states. These other states have been neglected. So why don't this development authorities establish a free trade zone or economic zone for every state with regards to what they have that economic advantage over?
Okay.
This would bring local producers very close to these sellers or industries. And from there, we never can tell what would happen. Nigeria will go elsewhere. Will go more than where we are today. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate. And this is the responsibility of every one of us in this session. If we have the opportunity, do what is right and do what will promote your state, your community, your state, your region, and your country. Thank you very much.
Doctor, I want to say something.
Okay, go ahead, please. Go ahead. Be brief, please. Our time is almost up.
Yes, as to render technical assistance. So it's just to train these guys, give them a capacity building, train them, monitor and evaluate their performance and so on. Know what they want to do, and then rearrange them so that they cannot just lavish whatever that will be given to them to start up their businesses. I think it's just one or two things I just want to chip in.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Joseph. Okay, let me announce the third R microscale grant winners. Due to the established fact that these 3 finalists have not yet commenced their proposed business, the third R management has decided to award Ms. Khadija Suwedo Abdul from Lagos as the best applicant, a second place winner. She should have been a first place winner, but because we did not confirm that she has started the business, so we are giving her a second place winner. Then Mr. David Akpadenyata, sorry for my pronunciation, from Delta State, is a third place winner. Mr. Lawa Abdurrashid from Edo State is also a third place winner. After this session, you can chat me so that we'll make arrangement for the disbursement of your payment. Thank you so much, and I want to use the opportunity to congratulate every one of us that made this event possible. Thank you, and remain blessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful.
Thank you. Have a wonderful.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.